Hey guys, so as I said in my last video, yesterday I didn't upload any videos, so this is my second video of the day. It's going to be a different kind of video. I'm going to be telling scary stories. I might tell 5 or 6. Tell me what you guys think of this type of video. If you want more of these, let me know in the comments. Anyways, let's get to the stories. My family traveled to the south of France to stay in a cottage owned by someone my dad worked with. The owners visited occasionally, but that summer it was free and we had 10 days booked in there. After a long 2 days on the road, we drove down a steep driveway towards a secluded mill cottage. With the water wheel sat static alongside the stone house, there was a deep cellar with stone stairs down under the wheel next to the house, and a small river circled the place. We went into the house and chose rooms, but being sat down in a small copse, the house was draught and cold from lack of use. We settled in and turned all of the heating on, yet the house remained cold and felt damp. The first night we had set a fire in the living room and listened to a couple of audiobooks before my sister and I went to sleep. My parents stayed up a little longer than we went to bed. Around midnight, they both woke up exactly the same time, and the door to their bedroom was opening slowly. At first, they thought it was my sister until they saw a large, dark silhouette of a man framed in the doorway, standing stock still, just looking in their direction as if appraising them. After a short period, the shape turned and started to move, as if satisfied, and disappeared. They looked at each other but didn't speak, and both went back to sleep. The next morning, the house felt warm and dry, and the sunlight was back through the windows, as if something had lifted and accepted them. They spoke the next day, and both agreed that although they were skeptics, it could not have been anything other than something supernatural in the doorway deciding their worth. When I was a kid and we lived in a haunted house, strange things happened all the time. For example, my dad and I were alone in the kitchen one day making a snack. We put a plate on the kitchen counter and walked to the fridge. We got what we wanted out of the fridge. Turned around to walk back to the counter, and the plate flew off the kitchen counter and broke the floor. My dad tried to calm me by saying that the plate must have been blown off the counter. But let's face it, the plate wasn't near the edge of the counter and there was no windows or doors open. No one else was home. I also woke up to an old lady standing by my bed more than one occasion. I told myself I was dreaming. This part may be dark, but here's the rest of the story. Years later, I looked up the address and found that an old couple lived there for many years before we moved in. Apparently, the house was broken into and the old woman was raped and murdered. The old man sold the house and moved. We were the first occupants since the murder. We only lived there for about a year. My parents swear we moved so quickly because we got a better deal on another house nearby. But we know it was because the house was haunted, and the priest they brought in to bless the place told them we should move. Until a few years ago, I still had a flip phone. One day, I got a random call asking for some girl named Sarah. I told them they had the wrong number and they hung up. For the next few months, I would get these calls asking for Sarah about once or twice a week, coming from a different number and different sounding people. Sometimes these calls came at 3 in the morning. One day I got a call and like usual, I said I didn't know Sarah. After they hung up, I went to my contacts and hit redial. The answering machine said that the number did not exist. I went back through my call history and trying some other people that had called me already. And I got the same result, a machine telling me that the number did not exist. Every time I would get these calls, I would redial the number and still get the machine. I googled the numbers, but all I learned that they were coming from North Dakota, Montana, basically everywhere in the Midwest. The next time I got a call asking for Sarah, I said, "Oh yeah, she is right here." And the other person on the other said, "No, she isn't," and hung up. Things started getting weird when I started getting calls from unknown numbers. Whoever or whatever on the other end hung up the second I said hello. Once I got a call where they didn't hang up after I said hello, and I could hear someone was on the other side, I ended up just listening, and they didn't say anything. Just something was really uneasy about it. Well guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was a little bit different than what I normally do, but if you want more of that, hit the thumbs up. Can that music stop? I'm trying to talk. But yeah, hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Tomorrow I'll be uploading, I don't know what I'll be uploading tomorrow, but I will be uploading something. And I'm sorry for uploading this at such a late hour, but, you know, I guess it kind of suits it for a horror video. But as always, I will see you in the next video.